All right. Today we are going to be building some custom 100K YouTube creator business plans. And we're going to be doing this using something that we've created. And it's going to, it's going to help a lot of creators find their path to $100,000 and beyond. And we can't guarantee this for you, but we're going to basically share with you what we've been using now for, I've been personally using this roadmap for over 15 plus years, built multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses off the back of YouTube using this. And what we're going to do today, though, is we are going to literally walk you through what the steps are, but then we're going to use something that we have built that's a custom AI wizard that takes basically our strategy, our steps, and it helps you build this out. And we're going to be revealing that here today in this video. The other thing we're going to be doing is the people that are here live, we are going to be helping a few of you custom build your 100K roadmap together. And what we need from you is we need you right now to start putting in the comments, what is your niche? If you were to explain to your friend, what is the niche that you are in? If you're into gardening, it's gardening. If you're into woodworking, it's woodworking. You don't need to go deeper than that right now. Right now, what we need to get started here and to help you build a custom 100K roadmap is we need to start with the niche. All right. And that's what we're going to be doing. Now, Heather, you just put in coaching. I like that, but I do need a little bit more specific there. What type of coaching? Is it coaching for baseball? Is it coaching for online business? Is it coaching for relationships? What is that coaching? So again, if you are, in a niche, we do need it to be if you just said coaching, my next question would be like, coaching who? So we do need a little bit more context there. All right. So the other thing I want to know right now is in the comments, and if you're watching this on the replay, that's totally fine. You can still play along. Go ahead and put in the comments what your niche is. Put in the comments also right now, what if AdSense wasn't a thing? What if there was no AdSense? How would you make money from your channel? And that's what we want to focus on. And I want you to pretend that that is the case, because I'll give you a quick little story here. When I built my first channel, which by the way, built it to over 6 figures, multiple years in a row, and I did it in a way that did not rely on AdSense because AdSense wasn't a thing. I never made any money with that channel with AdSense. But nowadays, everyone is just starting with thinking, I am going to create a channel and just monetize through AdSense. And we're here to tell you that that's not a business plan. So what I would like to hear from you is, let's pretend that AdSense is not even in the picture. Let's just pretend. Okay. And I think what's going to really, really open your eyes is when we build these 100K roadmaps. Yes, AdSense can be a bonus check, but it's not going to be the primary earner. Okay. So I really love it here, though. We got a lot of comments coming in. I really love what I'm seeing here. So really, really excited about this. All right, Scotty, before we kick this thing off officially, because we are going to reveal the wizard, but we're also going to be going through the 3 main areas to building this roadmap. All right. And we're going to be kind of going through that. Then from there, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building these live in front of you in real time. And then the other thing, for those of you that stick around, we're actually piggybacking a little bit, because this live stream, we're also going to have another little subsection, a little sub video that we're going to be doing, that we're going to be covering some of the top niches that are profitable in building 100K roadmaps. And we're going to be doing a full segment on that. So with that being said, Scotty, is there anything that we need to cover here before we officially dive in?
No, I mean, I see a lot of people putting their niche in there, also what they're offering if they didn't have if we didn't have AdSense, if we weren't running AdSense. So I love that. Maui Pete's in here. I'm not a new dad yet. I am waiting, man. Thursday's the day. So
Any minute.
any time. Hopefully I get a text while we're on, maybe at the end of this. But no, not yet, but very soon. But yeah, I mean, I know they're super pumped to go through the wizard with us. And this is gonna be fun because it's funny. Ironically, we actually shot, if you guys didn't know, we shoot podcasts for Sunday. We always shoot ahead of time, and so we shot it today actually. And a lot of what we're talking about is on that episode, so you're gonna get to see all of that later on Sunday. But what we talk about in that, you're gonna be seeing that on here as well. But we're actually using the wizard in this, so it's really cool, big game changer. And honestly, if anyone's wants to go into with their channel, turn it into something besides just AdSense, this is exactly what you need to be tuning into. So let's kick this thing off.
Cool. Let's do it. All right. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. We're going to dive right in here. And this is what we're talking about. Okay. This is what is our 100K roadmap. We've been giving this out now for probably 6 months. Maybe 7 months is when we first released this. It's an 18-page guide. If you'd like a copy of that, just put 100K in the comments and we'll send you a copy. Or if depending on when you're watching this, it will be in the description as well. But there's an 18-page guide that basically goes through all of this here that we're going to be covering today. The thing is, we're going to be using AI today to help with this process. And we're literally going to be building these roadmaps in real time in some cases, 5 minutes. All right. And you're going to see it's going to take this roadmap that we've got in play, and we're going to be following that, but we've already trained a wizard that we built that is going to basically help with this if you have a niche that you are trying to drill down into. All right. So this is what we're talking about. So I'm just going to briefly go over this, and then we're going to jump right into the action here. All right. Now, starts with the niche. That's why we said, if you are here in real time right now, we are live. If you are here, go ahead and put your niche in the comments. We are going to pick some random ones here out of the audience, and we are going to use yours as an example. All right. Now, only put it in the comments if you want us to potentially build a custom 100K roadmap for you. All right. I want to basically know that you're okay with that. All right. So it starts with the niche. That's why we're starting there. Now, one thing we have noticed with our students, with some of our clients, is like, you think you know your niche, but you haven't drilled down niche enough. You haven't niched it down. All right. Now, if you're listening and you're saying, Scott, you're saying niche wrong, I apologize. That's how I say it. But to some people, niche is wrong. So we're going to go with niche today. All right. And, the riches are in the niches. That's what I've always been told. So with that out of the way, we have to start with the niche. Okay. Once we establish the niche, and I don't mean just like surface level niche, we need to drill down. This wizard that I'm going to share with you drills it down for you. And it helps you come up with these different angles to get into this niche, because the niches, a lot of times, they are competitive. And that's okay. That's good. But now what we got to do is we got to find the angle in. All right. So it starts there. Then we move into the A of the ARM method. We call it the ARM method. The A is the attention. That is the videos that we are going to be creating that's going to help our audience. It's going to show them our personality. And then eventually we are going to build an email list. That's part of the 100K roadmap. If you haven't been through the roadmap and you're not aware of that, but you're going to see this AI wizard that we're going to share with you that we built is actually going to help you come up with an idea of what you can give your audience in exchange for their email address. It's literally going to hand it to you. It's going to give you multiple examples, actually. All right. Now, on the attention piece, the other thing that we're going to do, because this is what you need to do, and we actually cover it in the 18-page guide, is you got to come up with what are the categories, what are the buckets of content that you are going to be creating that's going to attract your audience. Once again, this little AI wizard that we built does it for you. All right. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the relationship part. That's the email. All right. This is where we're going to build that deeper relationship. It's where we're going to make offers. Those offers are going to lead into the money piece, which we'll talk about. But the relationship part is building that email list. And we need to have something where people are going to be willing to exchange their email address for this item. Now, we said earlier, if you want the 100K roadmap, just comment 100K in the comments and we'll send you a copy. Well, guess what? When you do that, we're following our own advice. We're following our own plan. If you go and do that, you're going to get a link that's going to go to what we call a landing page. On that landing page, you are going to enter your name and email address. From there, we're going to deliver the lead magnet to you, which is a lead magnet, which is actually a resource for you. We're now going to get people that are raising their hand, that are saying, I'm interested in growing on YouTube. I'm interested in building a business off of YouTube. And now we can communicate with you at that level, and we can build that deeper relationship. In real time, that's how it works. Okay. Now, again, that's the email piece. You might not be there yet. It's okay. But what I want to do is I want to build the plan, and then I want to start executing the plan. When we started this plan, building this channel, we started with the niche, we drilled down in the niche, and then we started to get attention. The email piece came later, but it still was there. It was still part of the plan. All right. So with that being said, we're going to move into the money piece. The money piece is now, okay, so how do we make money? Remember, let's imagine, and if you guys tuned in late here, I'll catch you up real quick. If right now, let's just imagine that there's no AdSense. My first channel that I started over 15 plus years ago that did multiple six figures didn't even use AdSense, guys. It wasn't even a thing.
Yep.
So I want you guys to imagine right now that we cannot even bank on AdSense. Even though I put in there in the money piece, YouTube ads, I look at that as a bonus. Think of it as like a bonus check, right? Your employer gives you a bonus every month or every year. Think about it that way. Okay. So we're going to talk about affiliate product offers. We're going to talk about, sponsorships, courses, memberships. And the cool thing is when we're building this plan, we don't need to know all of these, but we want to ask ourselves, we want to validate the niche. And that's what this wizard that we're going to walk through with you, this really detailed business plan that we're building is really validating that we can check off all these boxes and that it's actually giving us what we can do in these different areas. Okay. So going back to the niche, we're going to drill into the niche. We're not just going to go, oh, we're into the gardening niche. We're going to go, okay, here's some areas where we can enter this niche. Is that good or is that bad? Or is it not good enough? Should we drill down more? It's literally going to ask us these questions as if Scotty and I were sitting down at the table with you, building this plan together. All right. So that's what we're doing. Now, the other piece of this is it's going to start, okay, cool. We found that there's a sub niche that we're going to go into that's in the bigger niche. What are we going to do? We got to figure out our categories. We're going to do that. Now, once we find our categories, we're going to say, can we come up with 10 ideas of videos that would target that specific thing in that audience? Would that same viewer watch 10 of our videos? If yes, boom, move on to the next part. Right? And so that's what we're doing. Now, I'm going to show you this in real time. We're literally going to build one of these in real time. And Scotty, I'm sure that we've got a bunch of people that have already submitted. So I guess I'm going to have you pick for us, Scotty. And maybe you can give me one and then we can start from there. And then also if the person is on, maybe we can, even if we have to ask any other questions, we can, but, or we might just use a hypothetical thing, but I do want to start with a niche. So who here wants to see us build this in real time right now? Give us a yes in the comments. If you want to see us build this in real time, some 100K roadmaps right now, right here, let us know. I'm seeing a bunch of
yeses. Yes, sir. Yes. They spamming it. Love it.
Cool. I like it. And guys, before we do move on, if you guys are getting value so far from this, I know we just got started, but anytime that you're getting value, not right now, maybe you haven't got enough value, but when you do get enough value, do us a favor, hit that like button, give us a little love. That would be awesome. All right, let's go, Scotty. Do you got one up for me?
Yeah, let's do this. And you know what? I like this one because I do think there's a lot of potential in this that not enough people are taking advantage of that are in this niche. So it's niched down a little bit, which is great. So backcountry backpacking.
Okay.
Backpacking is actually a bit bigger niche than you think. And there's a lot of potential in that as well.
Okay. So should we start with the backwoods backpacking or should we start with backpacking in general?
I would say let's start general and then we'll start niching down from there. So guys, how this wizard's going to work, you're going to put your overall kind of general niche first. You can start more narrow if you want. Here's the thing with AI, you can do this a bunch of times if you want to get a different result, right? But I would start more generalized because you're going to see as we go through this, it's going to start niching you down for you. All right. So let's just start right now backpacking.
Okay. We're going to start backpacking. And here's the other thing I want you guys to realize. What we're about to do, okay, yes, we are using ChatGPT, but ChatGPT we're using just as the engine for what we've actually told it what we want. So what we've done is we've spent some time on this, right? We basically took exactly what we want through some of our trainings, some of our students that we taught. We take some of our data, our criteria to building this plan. And then what we did is we built this wizard. So this way here, it's like me or Scotty sitting down, walking you through this. So we're going to start right here. And I'm going to say, let's get started. And it says, awesome, you're here to get clarity. So let's dive in. Present the niche. What's your niche idea right now? Just say it out loud as you explain it to a friend. So in this case, it would be backpacking, right? That's what we're going to go with. And if I can spell, let's go ahead and try that one more
That'll
time.
help.
Yeah, we might want to spell that right, even though it would probably still get it. But let's go ahead. Nice. Backpacking is a solid starting point. Let's sharpen it up. Focus check with suggestions. Let's go deeper. Which of these best describes your angle? Pick one or more, or tell me your own idea. So here's where it's going to drill in and give you some angles to go into. So we have lightweight or ultralight backpacking, backpacking for beginners, international backpacking, Europe, Southeast Asia, wilderness or through hiking, example, Appalachian Trail, budget or minimalist travel, over 40 or over 50 backpackers, family backpacking, or solo family or female backpacking. So you may say, you know what? I already know mine is backwoods. Okay. So I can go backwoods and let's see what happens. Great. Backpacking backwoods gives us a strong nature immersed direction. Let's sharpen that one more layer. Would you say it's more bushcraft and survival skills, off trail or map and compass navigation, primitive camping, near or no gear or tack, wildlife tracking, foraging, fitness or resilience angle, cold weather, 4-season backwoods trips?
So like off trail. I like that one.
Off trail. Now I can easily
Real quick, guys, I just wanted to bring that point up, Dad, that we're 3 levels into the niche, right? So a lot of people right now would start and they're just going to start posting backpacking stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe they do backpacking in the backwoods, right? But there's another level to that. And that's why this prompt is going to put you through that, where you have to go 3 levels deep to really hit a specific target audience.
Right. Yeah, and that's exactly what we would be doing if we're having this conversation. I'd go, okay, that's exactly a good one, but can you give me something more, right? But now you have to more or less think of those things more because I don't know this niche. But what we're doing here is we're leveraging AI to help us do this for us. And that might also spur ideas that you didn't have before. So let's go off trail. And then we're going to go ahead and say, okay, now we're cooking with pine needles. So it even gives you a funny little reference. So your niche looks like this. Backpacking, backwoods, off-trail navigation, and skills. That's specific, intriguing, and speaks directly to an adventurous, skills-driven crowd. Okay, cool. So step 3, audience relevance. Let's lock in who this is for. Who exactly are you trying to help? Try to fill in the blank. I help blank who want to do what with their backpacking. So then they give you examples. I help experienced hikers who want to get off grid and explore wild, unmarked terrain safely. I help solo backpackers who want to master off-trail navigation and bushcraft skills. Your turn. What's your version? Now I can pick one of these, or I can say suggest, and then it'll give me more suggestions. I kind of like the solo backpacker because I think again, solo backpacking is almost like another level deep. So let's just go with this one, and let's just go ahead and say let's go with that. All right. Now, this is perfect. That hit hard, clear, targeted, and valuable. Now let's pressure test it. So guys, I want you just to realize what we're doing here. We're validating that this is even worth building the plan. We're getting crystal clear on building the plan. Okay. So step number 4 is consistency test. Would your next 5 videos clearly help the same type of person with the same goal? Here are a few examples that fit your niche. How to read a topo map for off-trail navigation, solo bushcraft setup. What I pack for 3 days off grid, how to stay found, navigating without GPS, building a hidden camp in the backwoods, fire starting in wet conditions, no lighter, no matches. Now what are 3 to 5 video ideas you'd love to create? We'll check if they feel strong and cohesive to the channel. Now, here's the thing. You might look at these and go, those are great. Those are awesome. Or you might have some of your own. I'm going to say those are great. Okay. Glad that sparked something. So far, your niche is tight and full of content fuel. Backpacking, backwoods, off-trail navigation, and bushcraft. Helping solo backpackers gain the skills and confidence to explore unmarked terrain. So guys, we just kind of came up with your tagline for your channel. Like literally. So if someone asked you and said, hey, so what's your channel about? I help solo backpackers gain the skills and confidence to explore unmarked terrain. Boom, done. Like how clear is that? We had someone in our 1K collective that did this, and she's into, well, there's 2 of them, but the one is into helping people speak, a foreign language more fluently. And it gave her like a crystal clear. And she was like, I had been doing this a while, and this here even gave me more clarity. So this is so important because if you can get crystal clear on who it is that you're serving, you're going to stand out. And you don't need to go viral to find the right people if we are able to monetize, not just including the AdSense money. Guys, is this cool so far? We're not even done yet. Are you guys seeing the power in this? Is this starting to get some light bulbs going off? Let us know that in the comments. All right, let's keep going on this one. We're going to do more of these, guys. This is just our first round here, okay? We're going to finish this one, then we'll do another one. All right, so it says step 5, title signal readiness. Now, the reason why it's saying title signal is because we talk about, and that's our own languaging, is like we are signaling the audience by signaling the algorithm. When we are putting things in our title, it's signaling the algorithm to find our audience. And here is what it's doing is it's saying like, hey, this is what we think it could be. Does this support this? So it's actually taking us through this validation piece. Could your niche support titles like how to fix problem for specific person using tool/method? So the examples it gives you is this: how to avoid getting lost off trails using the terrain features, how solo backpackers can build a bushcraft shelter without tools, how to purify water in the backwoods without a filter. Those are gold, man.
Those are great.
Right? And says, now what's a title you'd post first? Let's see if it clearly signals who it's for and what it solves. Now, I might say, these are great. Like I'm going to start with, I'm going to start with this one. I think that one's really cool. I think all 3 of them are really cool. So I'm going to go there and it's going to say, boom, that's a killer title. Crystal clear, outcome driven, and loaded with search and algorithm signals. Calls out the audience, solo backpackers, solves a real challenge, build a bushcraft shelter, use curiosity and practicality, whatever. Yeah. Did I say that right?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
Practicality. There it is.
Practicality. There it is. That's a tongue twister. Without tools, right? You're lining up for serious traction. All right. So guys, right there alone, we validated it. It even gave us some titles to kick this thing off with. So it's just right there alone. We have a very, very good path. All right. So step number 6, moving through the 100K roadmap that we shared a little bit earlier. How do we get them to join our email list? What's a lead magnet opportunity? We call that a lead magnet. If you guys are joining us late, this is something that we have been doing since the beginning, whether it's this channel or the very first channel that I started 15 plus years ago. And that's how I built multiple 6- and 7-figure brands. Off the back of email, not just off the traffic from YouTube. And so right now we have what we call the 100K roadmap. If you want a copy, just put 100K in the comments and we'll send it to you and you'll see exactly how it works. That's an 18-page guide that we created. So what this is doing is it's saying, okay, now let's see if you can build an email list in this niche. Let's see. Here's some ideas. Let's go ahead and think through this. So it says, could you create a helpful freebie your audience would want, like a shelter blueprint cheat sheet, 5 off-trail survival tactics checklist, map plus compass starter guide? And now it says, think win, offline usefulness, printable or savable. What's one download your audience would grab instantly? I love this one right here.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, I like that one too.
And we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what this comes back. Perfect choice. A 5 off-trail survival tactics checklist is dead on for your niche. Quick, actionable, easy to reference in the field, builds trust and authority, and lead magnet gold for an email list growth. You could even add a bonus like includes my go-to gear for each tactic under 20 bucks. It even gives you a bonus that you could throw in there to spice it up. Okay. Now, moving on to the money piece, the monetization piece. Let's talk money. What do people in this niche already buy? Think affiliate tools, digital downloads, your own offers, or potential sponsors. Ideas in your lane. GPS units, topo maps. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Compasses, knives, affiliate links. Guys, this is a gold mine right here alone. Because if you're into this space, you're talking GPS, you're talking backpacks, you're talking the gear, the shelters, all of the tools, all this stuff, all that stuff that you're talking about, you're basically going to link up to Amazon and immediately you're going to have affiliate commissions. Okay, just there alone. Then we have digital survival guides, route planners, sponsorships from outdoor gear brands, your own downloadable off-trail route kits or video mini courses. What might you sell now or later? Now you could say, I'm going to sell a workshop for multi day survival. Yes, now we're into the real product territory. A multi-day survival workshop is a perfect next level offer for your audience. You could run it as a video series, pre-recorded or live, as a live challenge or weekend boot camp, Zoom plus checklist plus field assignments, as a hybrid digital plus optional field meetups premium. Potential modules might include gear setup for solo survivor, shelter building and stealth camp setups, water sourcing and purification, foraging basics and fire starting in bad weather, emergency signals and staying safe. Literally building out, you're building out your first digital workshop, your course, your digital product. And it says you can even upsell personal gear reviews, custom survival plans, access to private off-trail, Discord group, or email community. This is great. Here's your refined niche breakdown. Niche, backpacking. Sub-niche, backwoods. Focus, off-trail navigation plus bushcraft for solo backpackers. Audience, independence adventurers seeking deeper self-reliance and wild access. Content themes, maps, skills, shelters, gear review, survival tips, lead magnet, 5 off-trail survival tactics checklist, monetization, affiliate gear links, downloadable guides, premium multi-day survival workshop. Verdict, you're ready to move on. Clear niche, real audience, repeatable content, list building plus monetization built in. Want us to help you map out your first 10 videos or setting up your lead magnet funnel. So I could go right there. Here's what I'm going to say. Give me a PDF of this plan. And it's literally going to build me a plan that we just covered that I can print out, that I can just save on my computer. And now I have my roadmap. I am not guessing, and I can drill deeper if I want to, or I can just move step by step. All right. And guys, this is going to be, it's literally analyzing everything we just covered. And now it's going to build this in real time. All right. And this is the coolest thing. It's almost ready. Let's give it a couple more seconds here. And guys, I know you're probably wondering, okay, so how do I get access to this? This is our release of this. We are going to be releasing this today. This is going to be in beta. So we do have a special price that we're going to be offering this for, which is ridiculous, actually. So here it is. Your PDF is ready. Download it here. Niche Validation Backpacking Off-Trail PDF. Now, I would just click on that. It's going to download it to my computer, and then I can open it up. And I will do that after. We'll actually share that after. I'm just opening it, making sure. And so basically all it does is it really just takes it and it makes it so it's downloadable. It's pretty much the same thing that it already covered. So guys, was that cool or what? So how do you get access to this? Well, it's pretty simple. Today, we are releasing this publicly, but in beta, meaning we've already released it to our students. They're loving it and they've already poked holes in it. Haven't really found any bugs, but we do want people to go through it. We also want some success stories, meaning that it created a very, very detailed blueprint that you know that you're going to be able to follow now. And it was super helpful. So you're not wasting time on guessing. because clarity is power. Clarity on knowing what you're doing and what kind of videos you're creating, what type of audience you're building, and how you're going to get to monetization is critical and priceless. So we are going to be releasing this, like I said, today. If you would like to grab the wizard and start using it, you will need a version of ChatGPT. Okay, you can use the free version. The only thing with the free version is you are going to be limited to how many of these you can do. Okay, but if you have a paid version, you can run unlimited. Okay, and the thing is, you might print one of the or create one of these now and then come back in 3 months and redo it and drill in a little bit deeper into another part of the sub niche. Okay, and then you can get a full new plan. All right, so Scotty, how are they going to get a copy of this if they would like it?
Two things you can do. You can either comment the word wizard, and we'll send you a link. Also, you can go to the link in the description. We have it there as well. So if you want to go to the link in description, you can just click it right there under this live or video if you're watching this on the replay. Or you can comment wizard and we will send you that link as well. And also too, back to, and with the free version too, you get like pretty much, if you went through the whole thing, you'd get through a whole thing. You can do that every day. So like it just takes a day in between. So you can still use the free version. I still have the free version on my phone. And so I'll just do one at a day at a time. So again, you don't have to pay for the paid version of ChatGPT. But if you want unlimited in one day, then you would have to. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, so let's do this. So again, if you would like to get in at the beta price and you would like to have this and use it like now, just either comment wizard. We'll make sure that we get you the link, or you can go to the description depending on when you're watching this and you can find the link there. Okay. And then you can go ahead and have at it. Now, depending on when you're watching this, if this is live, then yes. If it's later, if it's 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, that price will most likely be more. So we are just going to be doing this for our launch special. All right. So with that being said, was that helpful? Let us know in the comments. Was that helpful alone? Whether you get the wizard or not, was that helpful to see the process of following the 100K roadmap? I want to see if it was to any of you that are watching right now. And if it was, smash that like button. Give us a little love. All right. And who wants us to do another one of those? Anybody else want us to do another one? Maybe yours? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So, I want to pop this up real quick. Do the 1K Collective automatically get your wizard? Yes, we've already actually added it to the Facebook group. So if you're in the 1K Collective, you automatically are getting access to this. It's already in there. There's also 2 other wizards. No, I think 3 other wizards that are also there that we have not released publicly yet. So inside the 1K Collective, we do have a few other wizards that help you with a few other aspects of building out your content. But this is the one that we want all of our students to go through. We're like day one. So if you're in the 1K Collective, we're giving you access to that because we want you to go through that. But if you're not part of the 1K Collective, we still want you to get access to this. The only thing is we're going to charge a little bit something for it for the work that we've put into it. All right. And it's also something that's going to make it a lot easier for you. And that's what we want. But okay. So did we get anybody that said that we wanted to do more of these?
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah, we got a bunch. Okay, cool.
So I got your next one, and this one is great too, because our last one, right? I would say the last niche, right? Backpacking, probably starting out as more of a hobby, right? Which is great. Okay. Yep. I just want to show how universal this can be. We also, this will also work for if we have any business owners or people who are trying to help their business grow. So a perfect one that came up, where'd he go? I know he's in here still, living in South Florida. So he does real estate for new construction homes in South Florida. Mm-hmm. So I want to run through real estate and then we'll niche it down for his area and show how we can do it for that as well.
Yeah, just 1 second. Peter, yeah, if you go into the 1K Collective in the Facebook group, you're going to find it. It's pinned at the top. You should see that right there. I shot a whole video showing some demoing of it. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's there for you. All right, cool. So we are going to do that. Before we do those, Scotty, real quick, do we have any questions coming in while we were doing this?
I didn't have too many questions. I will say this, guys. So for if you are live with us right now and you're commenting Wizard, I just put it in the description. So you can go in there and just click it there. If you're watching on the replay, then you'll get a comment back from me. As far as questions, no, I mean, I think they just want to see another one. I think they're loving this. Yeah, they want to see another.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's do it. Let me go ahead and pull up the Wizard once again. So let me get over here, and we've got a fresh window here. Let me go ahead and share this tab. And you said we were doing, let's see, we were doing what one?
We're going to do real estate, and then we'll niche it down to South Florida in particular.
Okay. And so my question here would be, though, too, again, we're talking through this, South Florida. So this person wants to build leads coming to South Florida.
Yep. More clients and stuff. And his is mainly in new construction homes.
Got it. Okay, cool. All right. So what's your niche idea? That's what we got to do here, right? So this helps see where to start. How would you say it, explaining it to a friend? All right. So it always starts with that one prompt that we've already built into the Wizard. So we're going to say real estate. Okay. Great. Real estate's a solid evergreen niche, but right now it's still too broad to stand out or build around confidently. Let's narrow it down. Step 2, focus check. Let's go deeper. Which of these best describes your angle? Pick one or more, or tell me your own idea. So first-time home buyers, house flipping renovation, real estate for investors, local market tips, your city, your region. So, Scotty, what do we want to put in here?
Because we're targeting the area, I'd probably go local market tips, and then we'll do South Florida, just so we can stay with his area he's working with.
Yep, and I got to change that to actually be spelled right, and then there we go. Nice. Now we're getting somewhere. So here's how your niche is shaping up. Real estate, local market tips, South Florida. This is a sharp location-based focus that can attract both buyers and sellers who are actively looking in your area. High relevance, high intent. So audience relevance. Who exactly are you trying to help? I help blank who want to do what in South Florida in real estate. For example, I help first-time home buyers who want to understand the South Florida market. I help out-of-state investors who want to buy vacation rentals in South Florida. I help growing families who want to move up to bigger homes in South Florida. Your turn. Let's zero in on your exact person. Now, you said they're in new construction, so I think that's an important piece.
Mm-hmm.
So should I just put in here? And again, it's like I help. I mean, this is what I love about these examples too, is you might not have thought about like you're focusing on out-of-state investors.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. So out-of-state investors, you're like, oh, I didn't think of that. I'm just thinking of like people want to buy vacation rentals, but maybe I need to key in here. Right. So in this case,
and you can also too, though, you could also type in add something about new construction homes.
Yep.
And then, add that in there as well. It'll give you another kind of couple ideas.
Perfect. Now we're dialing it even further. Let's test this out. I help who want to do what in the South Florida real estate market. Here's a version that includes your focus. I help buyers who want to find and buy new construction homes in South Florida. Okay.
And then look at the specific ones. Yep.
Yep. I help retirees find new construction homes in 55 plus communities in South Florida. Wow. Isn't that dialed in?
That's a great one. Yeah.
Right. I help young professionals buy pre-construction condos in Miami and beyond. I help families find affordable new builds near top schools in South Florida. I'm going to play with this one because I think that's freaking great. But again, it would have to be true.
Yeah.
Right. You're the only one that's going to know this. So I'm going to go here, pop that in there, and then let's see what happens. Okay. That's a chef's kiss. Perfect. You've got crystal clear niche. Real estate, local market tips, 55 plus new construction homes for retirees in South Florida. How crazy is that? How nice and clear that is. Specific audience, clear value, strong buying intent, right? So here we go. Step 4, consistency test. Let's make sure your content holds together. Here's a few example video ideas that would totally fit your niche. Top 3 new 55 plus communities coming to South Florida in 2025. What 450,000 gets you in a 55 plus new build versus resale? South Florida builder walkthrough. Is it worth the upgrade? Avoid these mistakes when buying in a 55 plus community. Retiring to South Florida, here's where to start. Those are nice.
Those are great.
Now your turn. What are 3 to 5 video ideas you'd love to create? Let's make sure that they all speak. And I'd say those were great. Boom. Awesome. Glad they clicked. That's a strong sign your niche is dialed and in content ready. Step 5, title signal readiness. Can your niche support title formulas like this? How to fix problem for a specific person using tool/method. So example would be how to pick the right 55 plus community in South Florida without visiting first. How to reserve a new construction home as a retiree, step by step. I'm going to go with this one. Okay. Now it says here, what's a title you'd post first? Pick a pain point, person, and method. Let's test if it pulls the right viewer. I'm just going to be lazy and just go ahead and say, yeah, I like that one. That's pretty good. Or I could say suggest more too. So the title is 100 on point. Audience signal, retiree specific out of state, problem, choosing a community site unseen, solution, a clear how-to framework. You're not attracting clicks, you're pulling in serious buyers. This shows your niche has strong title signal baked in, which is huge for YouTube's algorithm and your audience connection. Now we're moving into the lead magnet opportunity. Step number 6. And again, this is following the 100K roadmap. And I'm going to pause here for a second. I'm going to go right back here. I'm going to share this. This is where we are right now. We're in this part. We're in the relationship email, build deeper relationship by making the offers. It's also part of the end of the attention piece. We're getting the attention. We're capturing the email address. Okay. That's where we are in this process. So I just wanted to come back there. So here we are. Okay. Can you offer to help, or could you offer a helpful freebie to grow your email list? Here's a few that would crush your niche. Top 10 new 55 plus communities in South Florida 2025 edition. South Florida retirement builder comparison chart, and 55 plus home buyer checklist. What to ask before you buy new. That's not bad, actually.
That's not bad at all. Yeah.
I like that one. So I'm going to go there. Okay. We're going to put that in there and off we go. Perfect choice. That's that checklist is fire because of it hits a high stakes decision, retirement move, a focused audience, 55 plus, a specific moment in your journey or in the journey, buying new construction. This will work great to grow your list and position you as the go-to expert. Now we're moving into step 7, which is the monetization potential. Let's talk revenue. People in this niche already spend on new home upgrades and builder options, real estate agents, moving services, retirement plan, home decor, furniture, smart home tech, and gated community fees, HOA, info packages. You could monetize through your own real estate services, referral commissions or partnerships with agents, builders, or relocation services, premium downloads, example community guides, and sponsored videos for builders or local services. Now that's something that I want to highlight here, because even though you might not have a massive audience, let's say you have 20,000 subscribers and you get maybe 5,000 views per video, there's people that in South Florida would want to get in front of your audience if they're furnishing a home, if they're a moving company. Any of those people would want to get in front of them, and you could charge $500, $1,000 per video just to feature that company. So that's something really, really powerful here. That would be really just you spotlighting them, and that's it, done. Yep. So that's a really great opportunity. What might you sell now or later? And I would say, I'm going to say all but the third one. All but the third. Love it. That gives you monetization at gives you a full monetization engine. Your own services, referral commissions, and sponsored content. You're setting yourself up with multiple revenue streams, all aligned with the same high value audience. Final step, and this is your validation summary. You've officially passed the niche test with flying colors. Here's your validated framework. Niche, real estate, local market tips, new construction in 55 plus communities. Audience, retirees relocating or downsizing in South Florida. Content theme, tips, tours, comparisons, and buying advice for active adult communities. Lead magnet, 55 plus home buyer checklist, what to ask before you buy now. monetization, services, builder, moving referrals, sponsored content. This niche is tight, relevant, and packed with potential. My recommendation, move forward, build with confidence. You've got the clarity. Now it's just execution. Want help mapping out your first 5 to 10 videos or setting up the lead magnet funnel next? And I would just say, no, give me a recap. And that would be it. Or I could say, yeah, give me 5 video ideas. Here you go. Beautiful. Top 5 new 55 plus communities in South Florida for 2025. Roundup video with pros and cons, pricing, locations. What to look for in 55 plus new build before you sign. Walk through common builder options, hidden costs, and questions to ask. It's even giving you your bullet points. South Florida versus Central Florida. Where should you retire? Comparison of out-of-state buyers considering Florida living. Inside a model home tour. Community name, 55 plus in city. Okay. Tour format with voiceover, insights, and pros and cons. How one couple bought a 55 plus home without visiting first. Share a client story, remote process, and trust building tips. That's a beautiful one. I love that one because that's like literally you sharing a story. And stories, I'm telling you, they sell. Want a content calendar built around these themes or help creating the lead mag? So maybe you want to do want a content calendar. Maybe you do your content calendar, but that gives you 5 video ideas or ones you could start immediately. So was that useful, guys? Was that helpful? And if you haven't smashed the like button yet, if you thought that was helpful, smash the like button, please. All right. And if you guys are interested in grabbing this wizard that we're sharing with you right now at our launch price, which is in beta, you can either comment wizard or you can go in the description, depending on when you're watching this, and you can go ahead and you can get that. All right. You can just go ahead and click on the link in the description. Just comment wizard or go in the description and see if the link is there. It should be if you're watching this later. But right now, if you're here live, you would comment wizard and we'll make sure. But again, we'll drop it in the description regardless. So that's how you would do it there. All right. So that one there was an interesting one, Scotty. I like that one because that was local, but yet still very, very targeted.
Yep.
Very targeted. And guys, was this helpful so far? Cool. Kathleen says already part of the collective. Cool. You already get access to these. All right, cool. Do we have another one we want to do? We want to do one more, Scotty?
Yeah, I lost the whole thread of it. So if you guys want, put in your niche if you haven't heard yours already. So that way we can do one more. Also, we got Jess in the building. What's up, Jess? Jess loves the wizard. I know that. She shared her success with it, narrowing down everything. Love it.
Cool. Yeah, and okay, that's a good one too. Bible teaching, I see one just came in. Tarot reader. Let's see.
Options trading. It's another.
That's funny. Thank you for using mine. Can I get the PDF? Yeah, I can go ahead and spit that out. I'll have to actually do it though on the fly. But yeah, if you want to email scott@livevideoschool.com, I can try to download that and get you that for allowing us to do it. That was cool of you. So thank you.
So someone said music. What part of music though? Give me something a little bit more so it's not as broad.
Yeah.
You know who we do have in the chat? I want to give a little shout out. I haven't talked to him in a while. Hopefully all's well. Is Mike's back.
Oh, Mike, good, because he was part of the forest fires in California.
He said he just got back home after 5 months. Wow, man.
Glad that you got back home, though, Mike. We've been thinking about you. Scotty and I were just talking about you just the other day.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's a good one, too. Travel, van life. I like that.
Oh, that is a good one.
Let's do that. I haven't heard back yet from music, so.
Okay. Cool.
We'll go travel, van life.
So let's do travel, van life. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and let's get started on another one here. Let's see. All right. So this one here, let's go ahead and, am I sharing the screen?
No, I got you.
No, I'm not sharing. There we are. I'm sharing. There we go. Cool. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So what's the niche? It's going to be, and you said it is travel. And van life.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. Focus check with suggestions. Let's go deeper. Which of these best describes your angle? Pick one or more, or tell me your own idea. Van life for beginners, travel on a budget, DIY van builds, solo female van life with pets, family van life. These are great, by the way. Nomadic living in your country region, daily routines, realities of van life, remote work from the road. Then ask yourself, which of these could you build at least 10 videos around? That's an important question. So when you guys are going through this, this is exactly what Scotty and I would be doing. We'd be like, okay, you want to do travel/van life. Okay, cool. Awesome. What would you want to start with? Would you want to give people like van life for beginners, or you want to talk to those people, or do you want to talk to people that are converting a van over so they can travel? And then you want to ask yourself, okay, that's one area that we can focus on. Now, can you create 10 videos around that? And I think that's important, because what we're doing here is we're trying to create bingeable content that people would want to watch this one, and then maybe this one, and then maybe this one. And then this way here, it keeps people in your world. And it also gets people to build that relationship with you. All right. So if he's still on with us, I believe it's a he. If he's still on with us, does he want to give us the feedback on this?
Yeah, Frontier Van Life. He just commented awesome. So let's see.
Frontier? Okay. Oh, Frontier Van Life. That's a strong vivid phrase.
No. That's his name. That's what I was saying.
Oh, I thought you said that. Okay.
Well, maybe that's his thing. I don't know. I haven't heard back yet.
Okay.
Also, Constantine, he was the music one. He answered right after we started. If we have time at the end, we'll go into it. We were just trying to move fast because we're trying to get through this live quick. Frontier Van Life, what, after niching down a little bit, what one did you like the best? I mean, we can just stick with this if he's not responding right now.
Yeah, Frontier Van Life. Yeah, it's okay. Off-grid and remote living, exploring untamed or less traveled areas, a pioneer style minimalist lifestyle, or something else. To lock it in, let's complete this frame. Travel, van life, frontier equals, because see, it doesn't really know what frontier
means. Let's go off-grid and remote living. Let's just do that.
Okay. Let's do off-grid remote living. But that, yeah, I guess so.
Well, he said his audience is mostly 55 plus.
Okay. And just 55 plus, traveling.
Mix of like travelers and people who just enjoy travel content. That's what he said.
Yeah, see, that's really vague. So it's going to ask me to drill. Yep. It's going to drill down. So I would say something like 55 plus traveling. And I would say traveling. Well, let's just see what it says, because I'm honestly lost on that, because I need something more drilled in. So there you are. Travel, van life, off-grid, remote, frontier living. Okay, so it's going off of that stuff. So you know what I might need to do? I might need to start that over, because I think this part screwed us up.
I bet here, let's just test it. This is going live. Ask if we can take out the off-grid part.
Can you take out off-grid? Absolutely. Remove off-grid, gives you a wider niche, more. Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay, so here's a refined version of this. All right. I help adults 55 and older who want to embrace van life and explore beautiful, less traveled places with comfort, safety, and freedom. Sound good? Now let's roll with it. Sure. Cool. Awesome. Share 3 to 5 video ideas you'd expect or you'd be excited to create. They don't need to be perfect titles, just real topics you'd want to cover. For example, how to, travel story route, a gear guide for seniors, a van tour. I would say, I'm going to say van conversions, because that's what they need to do to get started. And then I would say on a budget. And then I would say areas. Or scenic areas. So I'm putting in 3 different things. Nice. Hitting 3 solid, useful angles, van conversion, budget focus tips, and scenic travel. Let's make sure all support your 55 traveler. Here's how you could align them in a strong niche specific videos. Affordable van conversion tips for 55 plus travelers. The best scenic US route or routes for relaxed van travel, no steep grades. That's a good one. Budget gear that makes van life easier after 55. That's a good one. How we designed our van for comfort, not speed. That's great. Top campgrounds with great views and easy access for seniors. That's a good one too. These stick together beautifully. Consistent message, consistent audience. Next up, step 5, title signal readiness. Can your niche support strong titles like how to solve a problem for a specific person using tool/method? Example, how to stay cool in your van without AC for 55 plus travelers. That's not bad. I'm going to say suggest. You got it. Here are 5 solid scroll stopping titles tailored for your niche. How to build a comfortable van setup on a budget for 55 plus travelers. Top 5 van mistakes to avoid in your 60s. That's good. How we travel full-time in a van at 55 plus without feeling cramped. The easiest van modifications for comfort after 50. Our favorite scenic spots for seniors living the van life. These titles hit pain points, inspire curiosity, and speak directly to your ideal viewer. Which one feels strong? I'm going to go with...
Probably 1, right?
Yeah, I think so. Let's start with that because I think
like
everything
going on a
starts.
budget.
I think everything starts with the budget.
Yep.
You know, so let's try that. Perfect choice. That's title. The title nails clarity, usefulness, and audience targeting all in one. Now we're going to move on to the lead magnet opportunity. Could you create a freebie that helps the audience that you would want? Something simple. Ideas for your niche. Van build budget checklist for 55 plus travelers. Top 10 most comfortable van mods for seniors. That's a good one. Scenic campgrounds with easy access for 50 plus adventures. Now, here's the cool thing. You could do all 3 of those as lead magnets.
Could. We
have 2 right now that we're doing. We're doing one for the 100K roadmap, which, by the way, if you want it, just put 100K in the comments and we'll send you that 18-page guide. The other one is our hooks guide. Our hooks is our top 10 titles, outlier titles that have helped build this channel, but our other channels over the years. And those are the outlier titles. And there's formulas that we built into templates. We give those away. If you want a copy of that, put hooks in the comments and we'll send you that. That's a lead magnet. Okay. That attracts the audience that we want to serve. These all could be them. I would start with 1. So I would probably say this would be the one, the van build budget checklist for travelers. So I would say that's the one I want to do. And it's going to basically say, excellent. Van building budget checklist for 55 plus travelers is a perfect lead magnet. It's specific to your audience, instantly valuable, saves time and money, a natural fit for your first video and future content. You can easily offer it as a PDF with categories like must-haves versus nice-to-haves, budget ranges. So it even gives you ideas of what to put in that checklist. 7, the monetization potential. Okay, let's talk revenue. What do people in this niche already buy? Your audience might purchase van gear, foldable tables, cushions, organizers, digital plans or build guides, travel route guides for seniors, affiliate links to products you use, courses or consults on van life over 55, sponsorship for RV, camping brands, health products, and senior travel gear. What might you want to sell now or later? Digital, affiliate. I'm just going to say all of them. Why not? Perfect. That means you've got a monetization ready niche with a clear audience and helpful content. You're well positioned to build trust and with specific content, 55 plus van life, grow your email list with budget checklist, and monetize through affiliate links, your own digital products, and potential sponsorships. Then it's going to give you the validation summary. And there it all is. Here's your niche, all buttoned up. Niche, travel, van life, scenic and comfortable travel for 55 plus adults. Audience, adults 55 plus who want to enjoy van life with comfort, simplicity, and scenic travel. Content focus, van builds, travel tips, gear, and scenic spots tailored for older travelers. First title, how to build a comfortable van setup on a budget for 55 plus travelers. Lead magnet, van build budget checklist for 55 plus travelers. Monetization path, affiliate gear, checklist, travel guides, courses, coaching, and sponsorships. And I just want to highlight this. If you've been doing it longer than someone and you've learned some stuff, you could probably do a 1-hour consult where you actually help them set up their van or answer questions about their van. And you could charge $100, $200, and people would pay it because you're going to shortcut the time. All right. So something to definitely highlight there. Next step, start creating your first video and freebie and keep your first 10 videos tightly on the message for your audience. Remember, start narrow, expand later. Riches are in the niches. Wonder where we've heard that before. Want help outlining your first video or designing the freebie? So there you go. That's as hard as it is now, guys. We literally, like when we give out the roadmap, it's good, right? But you got to do a lot of that thinking yourself. This here, with these already built-in prompts that we've told it to say, because we are basically walking you through it through our, through our own roadmap, our own experience. Now we're able to do it through AI because we built this wizard to do it. So if you guys would like to use this wizard, we are offering it at a special launch price. It's in beta and you can have access to it like immediately, like right now it's ready. And you can get access by either commenting wizard, or you can go into the description and you can find the link there. All right. So either way, you can do it. All right. And guys, was this helpful? Was this fun? Should we do this again? Should this be something maybe we do on a monthly basis? We do one of these and we have you submit your niches ahead of time. Let us know that in the comments if this is something that we should have. Maybe we'll do it monthly. All right. Let us know. Scotty, do we have any questions on that before we move on? We did have one more segment that we wanted to do. It'll be a little bit shorter, but we did have one more segment we wanted to do that is about drilling into some of these top niches in 2025.
I have a question. Can you hear that lawnmower going on behind me?
I can't.
Awesome. My mic's great. Look at that. This is for just people in our 1K collective, just sharing with them where to find that, the wizard, because we have a couple people asking for that. And let's see, living in South Florida, you can just email us, Scott at Live Video School, right here. You can send us an email there. I love it. Good idea. This is really awesome. I would definitely be grabbing the wizard afterward. Awesome. Cool. Amazing. Let's see. No, I think everyone loved it. Awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun once you start diving into it, especially in your niche, and you just keep going down. Like you'll be so locked in on what angle you need to be going into in your niche, and it's honestly super fun, but it's also super eye-opening to what angle you should be going. And you're like, wow. Sometimes like you don't even think of it. You're like, I didn't even think of that. Like that makes sense, and a lot of people are looking at that, but I didn't think of that. So it's just another way to get clarity for your niche.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right, cool. So yeah, we are going to be, and that was really cool. In our 1K secret Facebook group. That's cool. Yeah, it is, because it's our 1K collective, which we only open up generally every 4 to 6 weeks. Might be a little bit longer now because Scotty is about to have a baby pretty soon. So life's going to be a little crazy here in the beginning in a good way. And so we're going to be taking a little bit of time off. Although we do have a class going through it right now as we speak. I think they're in like week 2. So really excited about the new baby. Let's see, Urban Family Farming Community. It's on the page right now. I'll tell you what it is, but I can't promise that that's what it's going to be when people watch this back. But we're releasing it at $27. Okay, so it's released at $27. That's the launch price. And then there is an option for actually, you know what? Let me just share that, Scotty. I'm going to share this real quick because we got a little bit of time. Like I said, as long as your wife hasn't had the baby yet,
No.
and hasn't said that her water broke, then I think we can actually we can do this.
No
so let me just show you what this looks like, because I want this to make sense. Just in case. Let's go here. So yeah, if you go right here, what might be confusing to some of you. So you go here. This is what we're calling the Niche Finder Validation Wizard. So it gives you all the details here. Okay. But right now what we're doing is we're releasing this, but we also have another wizard that we released inside of our 1K collective, and we're offering that at just $17. So if you add that, you have to buy, basically you buy this one. You can also add this one. This one here is going to retail for at least $37. This one here, I don't know, Scotty, if I should even just demo that one. But basically,
well, maybe on our next one, we still got to shoot that other.
Yeah. Okay. But this one right here, what it does is you would take the title, or you would ask it for a title. But let's just say that you had a title that came from the Niche Finder Validation Wizard, and you would plug it in here. And then this here is going to give you a, it's going to sharpen that title. It's going to give you a thumbnail concept, including the text on the screen and what to have on the thumbnail. It's going to also give you a 30-second hook. So it's going to basically give you what to put into your hook as far as what to say. It's also going to give you 3 to 5 talking points to discuss in the video. And it's going to give you a strong call to action to boost your watch time. So this wizard right here is a separate wizard, but it builds on this wizard. So if you needed help with building a video top to bottom, this wizard right here will do it. We didn't highlight this one today. This is kind of like an add-on because this one here, again, we might release that separately at a later date. But right now, this is only it's meant for our students, but we're offering it as an add-on. So if you wanted to add that on, you can for just $17. So again, this here, you might be watching this, you might come to this page later, and this might be more expensive, and this might either be there, it might not be there because we're not sure that we're always going to keep this as an add-on. But because you're here watching this, I'm sharing with you just so you're not confused. All right. So with that being said, we have any quick questions, Scotty, before we move on to the next piece here?
Let's see. No, this one is not different than the one in the 1K. This is if you're in the 1K collective, you have access to this. So no, it's not any different.
Okay.
No, I think you answered the last question of that. Yeah.
Okay. And then let me go here real quick because I am going to tee this next one up. Oh, and by the way, let's just do that one more time, Scotty, before we move into this next piece. And guys, by the way, if you're still here, we've been on for an hour and 6 minutes. Okay. We're doing something today. If you're here right now, there's 60 of you still here. If you are here, I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening now. Okay. We just basically did our live stream. Okay. That was the live stream topic. But now what we're doing is something that I've been doing for probably the last 3 years on the other channel, which we're not really focusing on right now. We're focusing on this channel. We're basically going to create another piece of content right now that it's tied to what we're talking about, but it's a way that you can do a live stream and then you can create another video that will get published separately.
Yep.
So I've already got the title. And again, we'll probably do another live stream showing this whole process and how we plan it. But we started this live stream with one title and one topic. But now we've got another title and another topic. Yes, it's related, but this is going to be completely separate. So I am going to start this as if it was a video that is brand new, right? And so not everyone's going to make it to an hour and 7 minutes. So people say like, well, how can you do that? Isn't that like duplicate content? No, because it's going to be its own piece of content. Exactly. And I've got videos that have gotten over 300, 400,000 views on my other channel doing exactly this. I used to do one live stream a week and I would shoot 3 segments, and those segments would become their own episodes or their own videos. So right now you're kind of seeing this in real time. And if you're this far in, cool. Glad you're here. And thank you so much for hanging out with us this long. All right. So that's what we're going to do. And basically what we're going to be covering is the top 7 YouTube niches for building a profitable business in 2025. All right. So the top 7 YouTube niches for building a profitable business in 2025. So I'm going to literally tee that up, and then I'm going to cover those 7 different niches. And I'm actually, Scotty, I think I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to run it through the wizard.
Nice. I like that. So look at this is what's going to go. This is what's going to happen. So while you're shooting that, because I'm not going to add in on that one, you kind of have the clear path for that. So you're going to go full screen. I'm going to be still on. I'm just going to have my camera off, guys. I will be answering any questions. If you have any other questions that I can answer in text, so it's not a big, long message, I'll get through some comments that you have either while he's talking about it, it's around the video, or maybe about the wizard, whatever. I'll answer those in the comments. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to mute my mic and
he's going to put me in full screen. Now, see, this is what I mean. This is going to be the intro of the video. And then there is my screen already queued up, but now you're there, Scotty. So you got to turn your camera. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. All right. So let me go ahead and get that back to full screen. All right, here we go. All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 top niches for YouTube that are profitable for building a business. And well, what I want to say here is there's a lot of different niches that we can go into, but if you don't validate that that niche can actually make money, you might be building something that just won't be worth the time, and you might be wasting your time. So with that being said, I'm going to cover those 7 different niches right now. And you're going to see also, we're going to start with a broad niche, but then from there, we're going to drill down into sub niches because that's where the money is. And I'm proof of that. I've been building businesses now from YouTube for the last 15 plus years, 6 and 7 figure businesses, following what we call now our 100K YouTube creators roadmap. And if you'd like a copy of that we're going to be following along with here, well, just go ahead and put 100K in the comments and I'll send it to you. All right. So let's kick this thing off. I am going to be using a custom wizard that I built that is going to take my criteria from that 100K roadmap, which I'll show you that here in a second. And I'm going to actually run one of these through it so you can see all of the different elements of these niches. All right. So let's get started. The very first thing that I want to share with you, like I said, is not that. I want to share with you this. And this is what we're calling our 100K YouTube creators roadmap. We start with the niche. That's why it's super important. But now what it has to do is it has to check these other boxes. We have to make sure that we can get attention in this niche by posting videos, obviously, because it's on YouTube. It needs to help them. It needs to show our personality by showing up on video. And we're going to want to be able to start building an email list, capturing emails. Because what that's going to do is it's going to move into the R, which is relationship building. When we build a relationship, people are going to now know, like, and trust you. And we do that through email. It also protects us from YouTube, that if YouTube takes our channel down, we have our own audience and we don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to get in front of them again. If YouTube should either, maybe they ding our account and our, the algorithm has taken us where we're not getting as many views anymore. Well, we have our email list. And then we get to build that relationship deeper, and then we get to make offers. But not every niche can make offers because it just doesn't work. And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be pressure testing some of these niches. So here, the money, we're looking at affiliate products. We're looking at, yes, YouTube ads, but that's bonus, sponsorships, courses, and memberships. All right. So now that we went over the plan, let me show you going through this process now that I've built this custom wizard. But just to let you know, you don't need the wizard necessarily to follow along and build this plan. I didn't have the wizard, but now I do because it helps me and my students coach them through building a plan from scratch, but also validating that it can even make money. So let me go ahead and let me pull up this right here. And I am going to start with the very first niche that I want to say is always going to be a hot niche, and that is fitness. All right. Everyone wants to be in better shape, live longer, look better, all of that. So fitness, but fitness, big, massive niche. Let me go ahead and show you how we can drill this down. So I'm going to go ahead and click on our wizard, which, by the way, if you're watching this and you're like, Scott, I love the wizard, or maybe you get done watching this and you're like, Scott, I love that wizard. How do I get access to it? The details are going to be in the description. If you would like to check it out, just go in the description and I'll leave it there for you. All right. So right here, it basically asks the question as if I was coaching you. I would be walking through this and we're going to build out this plan together. So I'm going to use fitness, which I just put in there. It says, great, let's get started. What's your niche idea right now? I'm going to say fitness. Now, important, it says right here, just say it out loud as you'd explain it to a friend. So if you were explaining it to a friend that you're into fitness, they'd say, hey, what's your YouTube channel about? You're like, fitness, right? Pretty broad, but that's what you would say. So I'm going to put that in there. And now what it's going to do is it's going to start building out this plan. It's going to start pressure testing it. All right. It's going to say, great starting point. Step 2, focus check with what suggestions? Okay. Let's go deeper. Which of these best describes your angle in fitness? Pick one or more, or tell me your own idea. So now if you're not sure, it's going to give you these ideas. Fitness for busy professionals, strength training at home, quick workouts, 10 to 20 minutes, over 50 or 40, 50 fitness, no equipment workouts, weight loss for beginners, muscle gain for hard gainers, mind, body, fitness, yoga, breath work, fitness, nutrition combo, fitness for people who hate the gym. Now, some of these can be intermingled, but also some of these can be done later. I'm going to say that I want to go for fitness for busy professionals. I love that one. All right. Now, the reason why I like that one too is because I know that if someone's in a professional type business, they probably have some money that they can spend on a personal trainer, on fitness. So that's where I'm going to start. All right. So now here it says, which of these could you build at least 10 videos around? Now that's important because sometimes niches that you're trying to go into, they don't support multiple videos. It's like they got their answer. They don't need any more videos. We want to make sure that there's a lot of different things that we can help them with through video. And that's why right now what it's doing is it's pressure testing this. And I keep saying that because it's what it's doing is it's poking holes in this niche to validate that it can actually get the attention that we are going to need. Again, going back to that 100K roadmap, the first piece, finding the niche, but then finding out if it can actually get attention. So that's what we're doing here. So I'm going to go ahead and say down here that we want to do fitness for busy professionals. And I might even say busy professionals over 40. You see what I just did there? I just narrowed it down a little bit. So here we go. All right, cool. Perfect. That's a strong direction. You're now at fitness, busy professionals over 40. Now we add the specific focus or tool. Let's zero in one layer deeper. What's the specific angle you'd lead with? Cool. Here are some options to spark ideas. Pick one to share your own. 20-minute workouts, time-efficient routines. We all want shorter workouts, right? Home workouts, no gym, minimal equipment, weight loss focus, target belly fat, etc. Strength without injury, joint-friendly exercises, meal and movement, fitness, plus simple meal ideas from couch to fit. Rebuilding fitness from scratch. Okay. So what specific focus feels like your lane? The thing you want to become known for. So I'm going to go ahead here and I am going to say 20-minute workouts because who doesn't want a 20-minute workout? They're busy, right? They're busy professionals. So here we go. All right. Now we're talking. Here's your working niche. Fitness, busy professionals over 40, 20-minute workouts. That's tight. It's specific, solves a clear problem, and speaks directly to reachable audience. Time-starved, health-conscious adults who want quick, effective workouts they can actually stick with. Now, I want you to, again, think for yourself as we're going through this exercise. Think through yourself while you are looking at a niche. So this one here we're talking about is fitness. We got 6 other ones to do. We're not going to run them through every single one like this, but I want you to see the process and what we're going to take it through, okay? So step 3, the audience relevance. Let's sharpen the message. Who exactly are you trying to help? Try this fill in the blank. I help blank who want to do what with their fitness. Example, I help busy professionals over 40 who want to stay fit without spending hours at the gym. That's pretty dialed in, man. I'm going to go ahead and just say, I like that one. Cool. Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there. Now what it's going to do, it's going to analyze that. And it's going to say, perfect. That's clear and compelling. Step 4, consistency test. Now let's test if this niche can carry consistent content. Would your next 5 videos clearly help the same type of person with the same goal? Examples that fit your niche. 20-minute full body workout for beginners over 40. No equipment, no problem. Quick strength routine for busy adults. Lose belly fat after 40. Fast morning workout you can do at home. 3 moves to boost energy after a long workday. No gym needed. Simple stretch routine for sore muscles over 40 edition. Boom. Right there alone, I've got content ideas that I know that I could probably create if I'm a fitness instructor that's over 40. Okay. I mean, right there, I've got them. So it just gave me those examples. Now I could create 3 to 5 of my own, but I'm going to say those are great. Boom. Off we go. Now it's going to move through that 100K roadmap, which by the way, once again, if you want a copy of that, just put 100K in the comments and we'll send you a copy of that. Okay, awesome. They're all aligned perfectly with your niche and ideal audience. Step 5, title signal readiness. Okay, could your niche support titles like how to fix problem for a specific person using tool/method? Example for your niche, how to stay fit after 40 for busy professionals using 20-minute workouts. What's one video title that you'd actually post first? I think that's a perfect one. I'm going to go ahead and just say that one right there. That's perfect. And now it's going to say, great. It checked that off. Solves a problem, stay fit after 40, targets a clear audience, busy professionals, uses a unique method or hook, 20-minute workouts. Perfect. Now we're moving into step 6, which is what we talked about in the 100K roadmap. We got to build that email list. Even if you're not thinking about that right now, and even if you're not thinking like, I don't know how to do that right now, don't worry about it. We got to build that into the plan. Because if you want to get to 6 figures and beyond, you have to build an email list. You have to build an audience outside of the YouTube platform. YouTube is the vehicle that's going to get us the attention, that's going to get us the traffic. All right. So the lead magnet, we call that a lead magnet. I just basically presented a lead magnet in real time. I said, if you want to get our guide, our 18-page guide, just comment 100K, you're going to basically do that. I will send you a link. You will go to a landing page. We call that a landing page. It's one page and it says, enter your name and email address to get the download. You enter your name and email address, you're on our email list. And now we communicate with you by delivering that first. And then we follow up with more useful content. And then yes, there will be ways for you to work with us. And if you want to unsubscribe at any time, you can. That's the process. I've been doing that now for 15 plus years and it's done multiple 6 and 7 figures just from that. Okay. So this is why this is built into our plan. A lot of other YouTube gurus, and we're not a guru, by the way, we just have been doing this a while. They don't talk about this enough. This has to be built in. All right. Even though you don't know what it's going to be yet. This is why this helps you understand what it can be. All right. So basically, let's come up with some ideas that your audience would want to give their email address with to receive. A 7-day, 20-minute workout plan for busy over 40s. Quick fitness gear checklist for home workouts. Belly fat buster blueprint, no gym required. I think one or three would work, but I'm going to go, let's do the 7-day, 20-minute workout because that's a cool one. You can even do a little mini video series on that one. Let's go here. Pop that in there. Yes, that's exactly what your people want. Simple, fast, tailored, great list builder. Step 7, monetization potential. Now let's check if this niche can make you money. Spoiler alert, it can. What do people in your niche already buy? Here's a quick brainstorm. Home fitness equipment, bands, dumbbells, mats. By the way, you could be an affiliate, or you can talk about things that you're using in your home gym or what they could buy. And then boom, you link them over to Amazon, immediately start getting an affiliate commission. Might not be a ton right off the bat, but it's a potential to get some momentum with making some money. Fitness apps and trackers, affiliate deals. That's a good one because that could be recurring as well. Digital workout guides or programs, coaching or accountability groups, sponsored content for wellness brands, supplement, etc. It says, what might you sell now or later? I'm going to say all of them, but also meal plan subscriptions. Oh boy, that's a gold mine. So I'm going to put that in there because I think that would be a great one. And then basically it goes through and it says, yes, you're thinking smart. Meal plan subscriptions are a perfect extension for busy over 40s who want fitness and nutrition handled for them. Now looking at a rock solid monetization setup, affiliate gear, apps, meal plans, your own digital products or premium versions of your 7-day plan, future coaching challenges, or brand sponsorships. So final step, validation summary. It gives you the full summary. Again, even if you didn't have the wizard, you just need to take a pad of paper and start going through everything that I just did. You might even want to come back to this video, go through this section, and just start filling in for your niche. All right. So again, just to kind of recap this here, and then we're going to get into the other 6, but I'm going to breeze through those. And again, you can go through each and every one of those just like I did. All right. So your niche, fitness, busy professionals over 40, 20-minute workouts. Audience, I help busy professionals over 40 who want to stay fit without spending hours at the gym. Do you see how clear that message is? That's your elevator pitch. All right. That's what you do. The content theme, quick, no fluff workouts and wellness tips tailored for time-starved adults 40 plus. Your lead magnet, 7-day, 20-minute workout plan for busy over 40s. Monetization fit, affiliate gear, apps, meal plans, digital products, sponsorships, and coaching. The verdict, you're clear. Niche down and content ready. Start narrow, build your core audience, then expand if needed. You're in a proven evergreen space. Let's go. Want help mapping your first 5 to 10 video titles or setting up your freebie? And if you wanted help with the next 5 videos, you just tell it, yes, I want help. And it'll give you help. And that's it. That's the wizard. If you would like access to this wizard, by the way, just go ahead and in the description, you'll find a link. It should be at the top of the description. You can go ahead and click there. And depending on when you're watching this, we do have a special offer on that wizard right now. All right. So go check that out if you're interested in using the wizard. Now, let's get back to the other the other ones. All right. I've got some notes here that I'm going to be sharing because I've got 6 other ones. And we're going to talk about these. Okay. I could go as broad as music, instruments, but my second and third is going to be around music instruments because I think everyone wants to learn a musical instrument. Not everyone, but there's a lot of people, right? So we have someone in our class who teaches guitar. Guitar is a gold mine. Okay. So in the guitar world, and this is something that we shared with our student by drilling down, helping them exactly with what we just did. And instead of just going after guitar, you have to think to yourself, how do I separate myself from everyone that's teaching guitar? Well, you could say electric guitar. Okay, that's one level deeper, but how can you get even more specific? Maybe you're about hard rock guitar, or maybe you're talking about guitar soloing. Well, that's what we did for him. And he specializes in helping people play like Eddie Van Halen. So now he's able to really get niche down, but yet it's still a really big niche audience that he can then say, okay, now I'm going to start talking about other types of guitar players or other guitar players that are famous, and then start teaching those people who want to learn that style. So that's an example. And that's the second niche. Anything around guitar or instruments, which moves me into the third one that I included here, which is piano. Okay. Piano, another instrument, but it's a niche in itself. So that one there, again, the same thing. Do you want to play like a certain style or a certain style artist? That's how you can then start to branch out and find that niche audience and then attract people that want to play guitar or play piano, but then you're targeting a specific genre. All right. That's it. All right. Let's move on to number 4. And the fourth one is relationships. Now that's another massive audience, relationships. But now maybe we're talking about relationship advice for newlyweds, or maybe you are a specialist who is you're helping relationships for people that are in a separation and they're considering divorce, but they don't want to get a divorce. So you're technically a counselor for couples trying to stay married, or maybe you are a relationship, coach for people that want to, I don't know, have a better relationship as boyfriend, girlfriend that are potentially going to get married. Or maybe you're a Christian relationship coach, right? You can kind of see how we're trying to find different angles. Now, once again, the wizard will help you with that. You would just put in the wizard, hey, I want to talk about helping people with relationships. And then it's going to ask you, okay, let's go a little bit deeper. And you'd say, I want to help Christian couples with their relationship. And then it's going to keep drilling down until you get something that it feels is niche enough to where you can stand out. And that's the critical thing here. The next one is mental health. Mental health, not going anywhere. Everyone has something that they're dealing with, whether it is just stressful job, whether that is anxiety, whether that is just feeling like they can't slow down, or it could be people that are dealing with loss, and you could specialize with loss. So there's a lot of different angles there that we can go in with mental health, but you would start the conversation thinking about, okay, I help people with their mental health. Cool. I would ask you, who is the person you're primarily helping? And you're like, well, I'm helping athletes that are struggling with confidence on the court. And you're like, okay, now we just went a level deeper. Now you're actually a coach for people with mental health that are athletes. You see what we just did there? So that's what we want to do with any of these niches. But if we go back to the beginning, fitness, not going anywhere. People playing instruments like guitar and piano, not going anywhere. Okay. Relationships, not going anywhere. Mental health, not going anywhere. Everyone's going to always have these types of either passions or problems or things that they're working on. All right. Let's move on to number 6. Another one that's not going anywhere. Making money in general. Now, this could be making money in your career. We have one of our students right now who helps younger adults, I would say 25 to 35, that want to become millionaires, but still working their 9 to 5. So she specializes in helping them who don't want to be entrepreneurs or own their own business, but how can they become millionaires before, let's say, 60 years old? How do they do it? And how do they do it quicker, but still with a 9 to 5 job? And so she helps them with that. So it's very specific. She's got a certain demographic that she's helping and a certain outcome that she's helping people with. But making money, there's 100 different directions you could go. But you would want to sit down and go, okay, I help people that are wanting to save money, that want to budget, that are Dave Ramsey fans. And now I can go down the road of Dave Ramsey. So there's all of these different angles that we can do by putting in, we are helping people make more money. But then we have how, with what. And again, the wizard that we created helps guide you through to really establish what that is. And once again, if you'd like to have access to that wizard, make sure that you go to the description. You'll find the link there. And I think it's going to really, really help you. All right. The last and final one, and this one here, similar to money, never going anywhere, is retirement. That could be retirement planning. That could be about money in retirement, or it could be about how to travel when you're retired, what activities to do when you're retired, what to do as a couple when you're retired. So retirement, a whole bunch of different directions. Yes, you could talk about money before you retire, after you retire, during retiring, what you can do to spice up your marriage during retirement. There's all of these different things, but retirement is a different demographic, but also it's a niche in itself. All right. So all of those, the reason why I wanted to share those, they're not going anywhere ever. They're never going to go away, because some of those are human needs. Some of those are things that we're just as humans doing or dealing with on a regular basis. All right. So with all that being said, I know I covered a ton right there. And I talked about the 100K roadmap. And if you'd like to see us break down that 100K roadmap even further, go ahead right here, click that video, and you'll see a full breakdown on how it's all laid out. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there. And cut. That's how it's done, guys. All right, Scotty, I think we got another video done.
Yeah, that was great.
I haven't done it that way in a while, but I think it felt pretty good. How did that feel, guys? Was that good?
I mean, Heather said, Scott, you're so good at this. Thank you. In present time, said still here, still grateful. Kathleen said, great job with the video. He's a natural. I mean, listen, I know you haven't done it in a while, but you've done a lot of them. So I think you got the.
I was a little rusty, but I was good. I was good.
Picked her up though. You're good.
Yeah.
Well, that was packed full though, right there. That was a great. That's gonna be a great video.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty good. So cool. So yeah. So Scotty, did we get anything from anyone saying that they want us to do like one of these a month or something?
I didn't see much of just people saying they're excited for the wizard. So we'll ask it again. Would you guys like to see us do this once a month and maybe, pull out some different niches, run it through the wizard so you guys can kind of see how it works? Options Meister says no script. Impressive. Mike said, glad I could pop in here. Yes, Scott is a natural. 15 years of experience shows. Yep. Heather goes, that was rusty. You're awesome. Yes, that would be great.
Okay, cool.
Nice. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. And what I think I like with those two, and I think this ought to be a lesson too for anyone that's watching this far in, is if you have something that you can demo, showing,
it's a lot easier.
It's a lot easier, right? Like I was leaning on the tool there. I was just explaining on how it worked. Yes, I had to tee it up, but whenever you're doing something and you're demonstrating something, it's almost like it makes its own content. Right. And so again, like talking about like, if you're into financial planning, you might show Dave Ramsey's calculator on what it looks like to save $500 a month and what it looks like if you are 25 and what it'll be at 55. And you go through different scenarios. And then you have your live audience say, hey, how old are you? Let me punch it in here and we'll do some math. How much can you save? And you do it live, but yet that becomes its own piece of content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Would love to see more of these videos. Awesome.
Oh, Jeff's on with us. He's the Eddie Van Halen guy that we were talking about. That was great, Scott. I wish I could talk the camera unscripted like that. My editing is so brutal on my videos because I ramble, repeat, lose my train of thought. You know what? It just takes reps. Guys, I have a video that I did years ago. I don't even think it saw the light of day. And I struggled real bad. So So I would just say you got to get the reps. And if you do it live, I'll be honest with you, it almost like, yes, you can be nervous, but yet you can't start and stop.
No. Yep.
Right. There's no safety net, it's like, and there's a little bit of adrenaline there. Sometimes I got to force myself just to slow down, but anyway, yeah, I mean, guys, we are super excited. We're super excited about this wizard. And we're super excited about the ones we have that we're going to be releasing. We've already released them to our students in the 1K collective. They're loving them. And actually Cheryl's on with us. She said, I actually built a wizard that will help you with, you take your title, you plug it in, and it'll give you suggestions on what words you should put on your thumbnail. And Cheryl had said that was the one that helped her the most so far. And she has a video, Scotty. I don't know if you saw that, but I think she said it hit over 2,000 views.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
And that was after she used that wizard for creating the thumbnail text. So I want to give Cheryl a little shout out.
Awesome, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Also, I do want to address this real quick.
Oh yeah.
We're going to tell you something about that. So I would do it live, but nobody would be watching. Here's the thing. We just shot this. That's going to be its own video. Doesn't matter if no one watched this live because it's going to be its own individual video. And if you did, let's say you did 2 or 3 topics, that's 2 or 3 videos you can have. And little tip for you, we would have still done this today if we had 0 people watching.
Yep.
If you go back and you actually look at our first lives on this channel, we had 1 person on the first one, maybe 2 the second. And honestly, for the first probably like 5, 6 lives, the most we ever had on was like 10. We didn't have a lot of people on. But we showed up, we gave content, and then we created content by using these little, topics that we already put in there with the title and all that. We already teed them up, and then we had that for an additional video. So don't look at it like, oh, no one's watching my live. That's what a lot of people do, and that's where they mess up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think of it as you're recording your videos for the week, right?
Yep.
Or for the next week or whatever, you're recording it live. And if people happen to come live, great. They get a little extra taste and build a little bit more of a relationship. If not, totally fine. You're going to make content out of it anyway. So it's not a waste of time. Now, if you went into a live and you're like, I'm just going to go live and just talk a little bit and you have no plan, then yeah, I would say, nah, don't do that. That's not worth it. But if you have a plan in mind where you're going to at least get one piece of content out of it, then it's 100% worth doing it.
Right. I agree. But cool. All right. I think we're going to wrap up. I think, Scotty, you said you're going to be popping over, so we might see you in a little bit. Maybe your wife will have a baby tonight.
We're going to, you know what I just had her do, which is so funny. So we've been doing all these different things to try to induce labor. Right. And one of them I saw was having whoever's pregnant with her, having them sprint, like do a sprint.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like it's going trending on TikTok, like people like running and like watching pregnant ladies like try to run. And so I go out there. I said, hey, I want you to do a couple laps in the kitchen. And she went, and it was like slow mo. It was hilarious. And I was like, this is great. But if we find out tonight or water break, just know it was because she sprinted. That's what it was.
Just make sure she don't fall.
No, I was there to catch her. That's why I was listening in the background.
Yeah,
it was great. But anyway, yeah, we might be over there. I know the girls want to see Aunt Lila.
Yeah, will photos be on Facebook so we will know? Yes, we will be posting. Definitely when we know, we'll be posting it in our 1K collective group, and we'll be posting it on our YouTube community tab. So yeah, but that's awesome. And Mike had said, to 0 people, it would just feel weird to talk to 0 people. Okay, listen, it can, if you think about it that way, but if you think about it, when you're creating a dedicated video, you're recording it to just you and your hard drive, right? Like it's like, or your camera on your phone or whatever. So it's really no different. It's maybe you don't ask questions, right? What you would do is I still would ask questions because I ask questions in my non-lives, and I'm like, hey guys, do me a favor. If this is your first YouTube channel, let me know that in the comments. I would really like to know like where you guys are at. And then you move on. And then you're going to get people that watch the video later that are going to comment on that. But you don't have to be like, hey, if you're here live, I want you to don't address it as like maybe it's a live, and you don't have to like, if you go back and watch the beginning of this, I didn't start and go, hey guys, welcome. Thank you so much. Oh, I see Susan's in here. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Heather, how are you? Like, I don't do any of that because I know that when this is a replay, it's going out as people want this. They want to get right to it. They don't want to hear me greeting people. So that's why we do that. And if you notice, the one that we just recorded basically on this live, that's going to be its own dedicated video. I recorded that, didn't really say, hey, if you're live, let me know. Like I didn't interact as it was live. So to me, that's a hack for you being able to record videos without the start and stop. Because if I'm not recording live, I will start and stop maybe 3 or 4 times in the beginning, only in the beginning. I don't generally stop all the way, as I'm going through it. It will be mostly in the beginning because the intro is the most important piece. And if I don't feel I nailed it, I might do it again. But usually if I do it more than 3 times, I'm like, all right, screw it. I'm just going to do this next one. And whatever it is, it is. And I just give myself that. So I get what you're saying, Mike, but you got to get past it, man. You got to get past that. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Mike. And he says, I guess we treat it as such. And if people join, then they can ask them questions. Exactly. And if they ask, we did our first live on this channel. We had one person, Dream Talking with Vicky. Never forget Dream Talking with Vicky. So just understand everyone starts with 1 viewer. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Yeah, cool. Understand. Thanks. Awesome. Thanks, Mike. So cool. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up. Guys, thank you so much. Again, if you would like to access the wizard, go to the description, check it out. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. I think it'll help you. And then once you do go through the wizard and it punches something out for you that you find is useful, email us, scott@livevideoschool.com, and let us know. All right. Let us know because we want to make sure that you guys are getting as fired up as we are. Yeah. And Junk Detox says, enjoy the journey. And Kathleen says, thank you and all the best for the baby. Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Yep. And Mike says, oh, that's great. Mike says, Dream Talking with Vicky is here. Yep. She is.
The real one.
Yep. She's the OG. All right, cool. All right, guys, have an awesome, amazing day. And we will see you next week. Scotty may have a baby by then, hopefully. And we'll see how that's going. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. All right. So guys, take care, take action. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
See ya.